Hello, welcome back. I'm Dr. Connor, and today we will be looking at
Special containment procedures. All digital footprints of the Church of the Final Breath are to be scrubbed by Foundation web crawlers. Physical containment is currently impossible, as SCP-7402 is a mimetic infection tied to the biological process of respiration. Personnel reporting a sensation of stale air or the smell of wet copper, blood. Despite clean atmospheric readings, must be quarantined immediately and administered Class A amnestics. If the subject begins to hum in a rhythmic 3-beat pattern, termination is authorized to prevent a localized breach. Description: SCP-7402 selling refers to a cognito-Chavez-Hadgers belief system practiced by a nomadic subterranean cult known as the Respirators. Unlike traditional cults that worship a deity, the Respirators worship the first void, the vacuum that supposedly existed before the universe's first breath. The horror of SCP-7402 lies in its primary tenet, the lung debt. Members believe that every breath taken by a living being is stolen from the void and must be returned with interest. The manifestation, as a person becomes indoctrinated, or even learns the specific rhythmic breathing pattern used in their rituals, they undergo a physiological shift. Stage 1. The subject feels a constant, mild shortness of breath, dyspnea, that cannot be medically explained. Stage 2. The subject begins to believe their lungs are greedy. They start to perform exhalation rites, where they attempt to hold their breath for as long as possible, exhaling only in short, agonized bursts. Stage 3. The subject's lungs begin to invert. Recovery log. Incident: open chest. On February 14, 2026. Foundation agents raided an abandoned salt mine in rural Pennsylvania. They found 32 members of SCP-7402 in a circular formation. Field report excerpt. They weren't screaming, but the sound was worse. It was a collective wet wheeze. Most of them had performed a manual release. They had used sharpened ribs to puncture their own chest cavities. They believed that by bypassing the mouth, they could return the air to the room purer. The leader, a man identified as Silas Vane, was still conscious. His lungs had grown outside of his ribcage, pulsating like raw pink trash bags. He was trying to sew them shut so he could stop stealing from the dark. He whispered that the room was getting too full of our thievery. The secondary effect, the room pressure. The most dangerous aspect of SCP-7402 is its effect on the local environment. In areas where exhalation rites are performed, the air pressure does not rise, but the oxygen becomes unrecognized by human blood. Victims in the vicinity of a high-level respirator will find that no matter how hard they gasp, their hemoglobin refuses to bind with the oxygen. It is a state of conscious suffocation in an oxygen-rich environment. The final breath event. According to recovered documents, the cult aims to reach a critical vacuum. They believe that if enough people stop breathing simultaneously while holding a specific mental image of the void, the atmospheric pressure of Earth will equalize with the vacuum of space. The air is a lie, we tell our blood. Give it back. Give it all back until the chest is empty and the soul is still. Recovered liturgy of SCP-7482. Note from lead researcher Eris. Stop checking your breathing. I know you've been doing it since you started reading this file. The sensation of your chest rising and falling. Does it feel a bit tighter now? Just a bit more forced. That's the first seed. Don't think about the void. Just keep breathing.